6 years. Your dog has lived in your house for 6 years, watched you eat cereal alone at midnight, standing at the counter, watched you cry in a way you wouldn't let anyone else see, watched you rage, then go quiet, then rage again. In that time, they have built an internal model of what you are. That model is not human. It has never been human. And before you dismiss that, think about the one thing your dog does when you walk through that door that they don't do for anyone else who enters the same space, same house, same door. Completely different response. We're coming back to that. Most owners carry a baseline assumption about this relationship, that the dog has a clear categorical understanding of human as a species, and that you, specifically, are placed inside that category with full comprehension of what it means. The owner, the human, the one in charge. It's a tidy hierarchy, comforting, explains the loyalty, the obedience, the attachment, the first crack, categorical species recognition, the ability to classify organisms into abstract biological groups has never been confirmed in dogs at the level this assumption requires. What dogs recognize is not a species. It's an individual. A specific chemical and behavioral signature that happens to walk on 2 legs and control the food supply. Dr. Trollan Tao, Brian Hare's research at Duke University's Canine Cognition Center put this plainly. Dogs apply the social cognitive skills they developed for interacting with their own species, conspecifics, directly onto humans. They treat owners as social partners within their attachment system, not as members of a recognized alien species they've learned to tolerate. So the working assumption, they see us as humans who care for them. Actually, wait, they don't have a functioning concept of human as a discrete category at all. What they have is a concept of mine, and you happen to be in it. That's a fundamentally different thing. This categorization doesn't arrive fully formed. It builds. Olfactory imprinting of your specific chemical signature begins within days of consistent exposure. Behavioral pattern recognition, your routines, your sequences, your predictable micro-habits consolidates over weeks. A 2020 study published in Scientific Reports used fMRI imaging to show that dogs distinguish their owner's scent from strangers through measurably elevated caudate nucleus activation, the brain's reward processing region, within the first month of cohabitation. The caudate doesn't respond to human, it responds to you, to the specific molecular event that you produce. The dog isn't learning a species, it's learning an individual as a chemical and behavioral fact. And you can see the output of that learning if you watch closely enough. The greeting sequence your dog performs for you, the specific order of it, the duration, the physical contact points they initiate is not replicated for other humans in the household. The tolerance for touch that you receive, the positions they hold near you during sleep, the sustained proximity that would produce avoidance if a visitor tried it. These aren't preference displays. These are the behavioral outputs of a fundamentally different internal classification. Your dog has filed you in a category that no one else in their environment occupies. A 2015 study in Animal Cognition by Peter Pong-Grach documented this precisely. Dogs apply distinct social cognitive strategies depending on whether they're engaging with their owner, a familiar human, an unfamiliar human, or another dog. Owners don't land in the human category. They land in a category that borrows processing features from both human and dog social cognition. Look directly into the camera. You're not filed under human. You're filed under a classification that has never existed in any other animal's social taxonomy. It was built specifically for you. It exists for no one else. This is what 15,000 years of coevolution actually produced. And it's not what most people think. Dogs weren't selected to understand humans as a species. They were selected to read, predict, and attach to specific individuals within a mixed species social group. The distinction matters. A bloodhound doesn't care that you're human. It cares that you are the specific sequence of scent, movement, and behavioral routine that precedes food and safety. A German Shepherd doesn't protect humans. It protects its categorized social unit, which includes you and specifically excludes the postal worker. Species recognition was never the point, individual recognition was, which dismantles the loyalty narrative entirely. Feral and free-ranging village dogs across multiple field studies demonstrate consistent wariness toward unfamiliar humans while maintaining strong individual bonds with specific people. They are not loyal to the species, they are loyal to the pattern. Your behavioral, olfactory, and acoustic signature, produced consistently over months and years, is the object of the loyalty, not you in the abstract. Owners who go through significant physiological changes, serious illness, new psychiatric medication, prolonged grief, frequently report behavioral shifts in their dogs that veterinarians attribute not to dog dysfunction, but to the owner's altered signature. The dog isn't confused about your emotions. It's detecting a deviation from your stored baseline, and it cannot reconcile the two. You are not a person to your dog in the way you experience personhood. You are a multi-channel pattern, scent, sound, movement, routine, with extraordinary predictive reliability. Disrupt that pattern significantly, and your dog doesn't experience confusion the way a human would. It experiences something closer to cognitive dissonance. The stored model no longer matches the incoming signal, and the discrepancy produces anxiety with no available resolution. Not, pause for 3 seconds, your dog doesn't know you're going through something, it knows you have changed. That's a different kind of knowing. Dogs recognize human cognitive superiority and defer to us accordingly. This one circulates constantly in popular dog science, and it's wrong in a specific way. Dogs defer to owners not because they've assessed relative intelligence. They defer because owners are categorized as higher resource access social partners whose behavioral predictions have historically been accurate. Pattern reliability, not cognitive hierarchy. Pick up a treat, hold it, set it down without giving it. The moment you become unpredictable, behaviorally erratic, emotionally dysregulated, routinely inconsistent, the deference erodes. Not because the dog decided you're less intelligent, because your pattern reliability dropped and the model can no longer generate accurate predictions from you. What the dog has actually built over years of cohabitation is a predictive behavioral model with you as the primary data set. This is not empathy, it's not mind reading. It is the same predictive architecture that allows your dog to know you're leaving 11 minutes before you've touched your keys, because the behavioral sequence preceding departure is encoded in the model with enough precision to forecast the outcome. The model is built on you specifically. It does not generalize to other humans. It does not transfer. You are the data, and the model only runs on you. And underneath all of this, there's the scent map. Your dog carries a detailed chemical portrait of you across emotional states, hormonal cycles, dietary shifts, and health changes. I could walk through the full vomeronasal organ processing pathway here, the accessory olfactory bulb, the amygdala connections, the limbic integration, but simply, your dog has a more complete chemical map of your internal state than any diagnostic panel has produced. They know your baseline. They register when you deviated from it. In several documented cases, they registered the deviation before you had symptoms. You are known chemically at a resolution that is genuinely difficult to conceptualize. So what does this actually change? Consistency is not a training principle. It is the raw material your dog uses to construct and maintain its model of you. Erratic behavior, emotional volatility, unpredictable routines, sudden tonal shifts doesn't confuse your dog in the way we usually mean that word. It degrades the model's predictive accuracy. And a dog running on a degraded model produces anxiety-driven behaviors that look like stubbornness, clinginess, or reactivity, but are actually error signals. Your scent communicates before your behavior does. What you're carrying chemically when you walk through that door has already been processed before you've spoken a word. Hold a mirror briefly toward the camera. There's something in there your dog sees that you probably don't. Not a person, a pattern. A very specific, very known, very monitored pattern, with every deviation logged. Back to the greeting. The reason your dog's response to you is categorically different from their response to anyone else who enters that door, even people they know well, even people they like, is this: you occupy a classification in their social taxonomy that exists for no one else. The specific greeting sequence, the arousal threshold, the post-greeting settling behavior, these are not performances of love in the human sense of that word. They are the dog's categorical recognition system executing its highest priority protocol. Your dog doesn't greet you as a human. Your dog greets you as irreplaceable. That's not a lesser thing. It might be a more precise one. Next time someone your dog knows well walks through your door, someone they like, someone familiar, watch exactly what they do. Then watch what happens when you walk through. Pick one specific behavior that's different, not the energy level, one specific thing, where they position their body, whether they make eye contact, what they do in the first 10 seconds after the greeting ends. Put it in the comments. That difference is the categorization gap, and it tells you exactly where you sit in their taxonomy.